Hello, Elizabeth Ellis here with Phoenix Rising Signals Incorporated, which has been changed to Tradeflix Incorporated, analyzing, reading Euro USD. Sideways currently, 5 and 15 moving in opposite directions. Overall trend is negative trending. Just drawing a few lines on here to get a better idea of where the support and resistance is. Well, that's interesting that we have a bearish candle on the 1 minute chart, yet the 1 minute indicator was still, for the most part, pointed up. So that's where it shows me that there is confusion in the market where it appears the market's moving one direction and it actually moves the opposite. So that's a clue right there that something that's supposed to happen didn't happen, and it's telling me that there is the potential for something coming up here in the immediate future on in this market to give me more clarity and possibly a trend, a breakout that I can get into. So we are positive trending on the 1 minute. We're not necessarily making a higher high. We're holding at this level here. This is a previous level that was already drawn on my chart. What I'm looking for this market to do is I'm looking for this market to drop price We have about an hour and a half left before the market, the 15-minute expiries close out for the day. And so I am looking for the market to drop prices. At the same time, I want to be mindful that we do have this hook on the 30-minute chart. So, and we're also at what appears to be a support level. So I'm seeing that it looks like we have a little bit of support on the 30. If anything, the 5-minute chart is the chart that's the most unclear. We're at what appears to be a support, but we still have room to come into that level. Support will be anywhere along this line. So currently where this candle is, support would be down here at the 89.84 level. We're at 90.36. So you can see we are coming down a little bit into this level now. So we've dropped here on the 1 minute, but we still, I'd like to see some more confirmation, which is what a trader wants to look for before just deciding to, get into the trend. So we'll look for a retest, and if everything is saying sell at that time, then we will jump into this market. Preferably we have a cross on the 15 indicating to sell. If not, and we have a failure with the 30 still up, if these other two charts, the 1 and 5, if they're also saying buy, then we would buy that. That would be 4 charts confirming the same direction, even though based off what the 1 hour is currently saying, it would be contradictory to the longer term trend. You could say that means that it would be a little bit more risky to enter, but based off of past performance, what I have seen is when the 1, 5, and 15 are breaking out at the same time, indicating the same direction, that's good for at least an hour. So if we also happen to have the 30-minute chart also saying the same direction as the 1, 5, and 15, then we can feel pretty confident that that trend will last at least an hour, which is going to be good for at least 4 trades. You see the 1 minute is bouncing through the neutral zone for the most part. We're making lower lows at the same time that it's coming through this region, which is telling me that it has more room to raise the price, and we do see that our support level is up here, so we could just be simply correcting, retesting this level here before heading higher. That's one possibility. A very tricky place to enter the market right now currently. We want to enter the market when all the directions, when all the charts are showing the same direction. So, and knowing that the higher probability trade is going to be in the direction of the 1 hour, which is saying sell. It's saying sell of the 4 hour in the neutral zone for the most part, partially slanted, partially showing a little bit of upside momentum. The daily is into support, but we are positive trending. So that's pretty much what we're seeing on these other charts is, again, the price action is into support, but for the most part we are in an uptrend. So it's very tricky to trade with the 4 hour in the neutral zone. It's not giving us a strong direction. It could go either way. And with it being a higher time frame trend, we would see a significant reaction in the market if this changes directions, when it changes directions. And it is currently 2130 on this chart. This 4 hour chart would change at 2400, 0000. So we have about 3.5 hours left where we may see this 4 hour in the neutral zone. So since that time frame is so far out, in order to get clarity, I want to check a different time frame. I wouldn't go higher since I'm day trading. I would go lower. So I'm going to look at the 1 hour, which is the chart that I'm typically looking at anyway to determine my best direction to trade in, my higher probability trades. And so I want to trade the 5 minute in that direction. I see currently what somewhat appears to be a failure on the 5 minute. We are in the neutral zone. The 15 and the 30 are showing some upside momentum. So I see the potential for this 5 minute, which just dropped below the 50 mark on this indicator, which is this dashed line in the middle. So it just dropped below the very middle separator on this indicator. I can see that it could go flat and hook back up. However, with the 1 minute already up to the top, we have a exaggerated hinge on this indicator. There's an upcoming reversal in the next, I would say, 2 to 3 expiry. So in the next 30 to 45 minutes, which would be about the top of the hour or a quarter after, I can see that the trend could possibly get more clear. As a matter of fact, on this 5 minute chart, there is a buy signal. So the likelihood of this flattening out and popping up, however high that goes, is more likely to happen, especially with these other charts, these other two charts saying buy. Yeah, we want to keep in mind that overall, even though we're at a support, we're into support, and we're appearing to come off of this level, we still have overall negative momentum, somewhat negative momentum on these higher time frames. The 30 has not crossed. It is heading into support resistance, and it's at the same time it can roll over and drop. What I want to say is this cross for confirmation, but at the same time I want to be mindful that with price currently already heading high, there is the potential for this to continue to the upside. And this could just be giving us an early entry into that uptrend that we're seeing as the overall, as what appears to be the overall direction on this chart. Again, keep in mind that we do have some support that we're into on the 1 hour chart, and the best direction to trade is going to be a sell on this. So it's a bit unclear right now what the market wants to do. You can see sideways. You can see the uncertainty here. We have this big wick here, big wick here. We really don't want to be trading when there are big wicks because it's definitely unclear which way the market's going to move. Back at this resistance level, price is rejecting. Mostly, we're continuing to see this sideways action here. And the momentum, the price, the intensity of the price is building up here. And we're going to see something happen. We're more likely to come into resistance at this point. Still reaching higher, but we are more likely to come into resistance on this 1 minute chart. You can see the 5 is curled up. Everything is pointing up now except for the 1 hour. And even though everything is pointing up, we want to wait for we want to time it correctly by the 1 minute chart. We want to time our entry by the 1 minute chart. So with the 1 minute more likely to come into support, we would wait for that to happen, or we would wait for we would wait for it to show us a rejection of lower prices, and then we would enter the market at that point. We have our moving average here showing a rejection of lower prices. I'm going to pull up Thinkorswim's platform real quick. One thing I like about this is it's really good for back testing. When I saw this price moving, okay, I'm just looking to see when the 5 minute actually curled up, which was about the 30 mark, so about 6 minutes ago. Right in here. And I would actually feel more comfortable saying that happened about the 35, which is accurate. That matches what MT4 is saying. So about the 35, which would be right about here. And again, remember, you see prices dropping now. We're more likely to come into support. So we want to watch and see this price come into support. And at the same time, we want to see that price holds and that everything continues to say buy. Now, I wouldn't buy this for an hour. We're coming back into support. If everything says buy, I still wouldn't buy for an hour, simply because the 1 hour is telling us that the higher probability trades are going to be to the downside. So with 4 charts saying buy, though, it would take it for at least 30 to 45 minutes, so 2 to 3 trades, no more than that. There's about 20 minutes left before this 1 hour changes, or I won't say changes direction, but I would say gives us a little bit more clarity on what the price action is most likely to do. And so again, we're still coming into the support level. I can see price heading up from here. We just popped down on the indicator, but price is holding. See how we have this little bit of a green here? Then this little bit of a increase in price with this green candle. So I'm going to expand this out to get another view of this price action, get a better look at what we're doing here. A lot of intensity in the market right now. It's an all-day bank holiday. There were some opportunities. There have been opportunities all day, but saying that there were opportunities earlier in the morning to get in and get out today. And so now we're flat on the 5 minute. That's confirming agreement. It's in line with this 1 hour chart that we appear to have topped out on this this uptrend, and we could begin to see prices drop from here. If there was a cross to the downside here, it's potentially going to be an opportunity to capitalize. One minute's already to the bottom, so we are there's a sharp hook on the 5. Everything is moving slowly today with this bank holiday. It's really taking its time to get into a trend. Let's see, the market actually opened up right here today. This is where we were, and you can see that we had a great uptrend early in the day, came back into support, popped up and retested resistance one more time, and we've been downtrending the rest of the day. Now here we are at the support level, moving sideways, trying to decide if we're going to continue to drop price or if we're going to break out of this. With a long wick about 11:50, right before 12 o'clock. There was more clarity earlier in the morning, less clarity now. There's still going to be opportunities, of course, but it's going to require a more patient approach and a more steady strategy. So actually right now would be a really good time to back test what happened earlier in the morning and I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. And I'm going to go ahead and close out this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.